Hi everybody, welcome to Leaning Left. I'm David Rodriguez. So, Christo-fascist speaker Mike Johnson has released all 40,000 plus hours of the January 6th insurrection. At least I assume it's all the hours. I'm not totally sure, but it probably is. That's a lot of hours. So this, of course, comes from a lot of different security cameras. I saw someone complaining on Twitter like there couldn't be 40,000 hours because that's like many days. It's like it's not one camera. Anyway, just to clear that little thing up, which people with common sense understand. Anyway. So I was actually all for this idea. I always wanted them to release all this footage because, you know, when they originally released some to Tucker Carlson, he got us about like 4 minutes of peaceful footage and was like, see, nothing bad happened. And, you know, of course, he picked out the small amount. I was like, you know, we need to see all of it. Show us everything and you'll see a different story. And I think that's true, but there is a problem with it that I should have foreseen and I didn't. If you spend time on Twitter or similar social media sites, and I'm guessing they're doing this on Fox too, but I can't stand to watch them really, so I'm not sure. You'll notice that they'll put up some of this video and be like, look, see, it's peaceful. Look, the Capitol Police are talking to the so-called insurrectionists, blah, 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 and it's perfectly peaceful and calm. So here's the thing. Here's what I didn't even think about. Most people are not going to take the time to scrub through 40,000 hours of footage. I can't do it. I mean, I don't even know how much time that would take. Well, I'd take 40,000 hours, but I don't know how, you know, I'd have to sleep at some point. So I don't know how long it would take me to get through all that. And it wouldn't be very exciting. What we kind of forget is like a lot of these people have whole teams of people who can scrub through things for them and find things depicting exactly what they want to show you. So in 40,000 hours of video footage, there are definitely moments that seem peaceful. And what the people posting these up don't tell you a lot of the time is, did this stuff take place before they stormed the Capitol? Did it take place after they stormed the Capitol? Because a lot of it that I'm seeing them show is after Trump finally, after hours, said, oh, you should probably stop this and go home. Like, it took them long enough. And they're showing that and being like, see, everything's fine. They're like letting these people up because for some reason they didn't arrest them en masse. They let them go. Baffling to me to this day. But regardless, that's what they're showing you. And it's giving their arguments that it was just this peaceful, like perfectly normal protest. It's giving it some credence, even though it's not accurate. So when people come to you with those videos, whether it's you know, someone on social media like a Marjorie Taylor Greene or whatever, or it's your uncle across the table at a holiday dinner, it's important to keep in mind that they don't really have a point, right? Because we all saw what we saw. And if they were watching a credible news source, which who knows if they were, probably not, they saw it too. We saw the violence. We know violence happened. We know this was not a peaceful protest. We know this was not a normal tourist visit. It's crazy to say otherwise. The fact that at some points there were times where things weren't being violent, that doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. Look, if you went and you had video of the entirety of Ted Bundy's life, you would probably find a lot more time where he's not up to no good than time that he is up to no good. But you know what? All that time he's not up to no good doesn't matter, because the time that he is doing bad stuff is what's actually important here. And there was plenty of that. It doesn't matter if those riots took 5 minutes or 40,000 hours. The fact of the matter is, they happened. They were trying to overthrow our government by force at the direction of Donald Trump. And it is freaking clear. It was clear before they did it that this was going to happen. I think I mentioned on a recent video that when Trump did his infamous tweet, "Be there, we'll be wild," I knew then that something bad was going to happen. I didn't know what, I didn't know how it was going to go down, but it was clear. And I'm not an expert in these things, but I knew this was a very bad sign. And sure enough, it was. We all knew that, and we all saw it. We saw them pushing down police and breaking through barricades and breaking windows and climbing through broken windows and smearing shit on the wall. Come on. They were calling for Mike Pence to be hung. They were looking for Nancy Pelosi to do God knows what. We all saw those things. So whatever video they can come up with to show like, look, it's peaceful. We know damn well it was not peaceful. We know that. Come on. The people who say this are crazy, and they are trying really hard to gaslight the American people. They are. And the people who are already in line to like think like they do will fall for it. They 100% will fall for it. Because they can't accept that they're on a side that would do that kind of violent thing. Or they do accept it, but they want to make their whole side seem less threatening so people will like them more. It's like when the Nazis called their party, they had that socialist in their name. They had almost no socialist policies. They really didn't. They called themselves that to be more palatable to people, to seem less threatening. I guess that's the main point here. Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them tell you that you didn't see what you saw. Don't let them tell you that it was actually peaceful, or maybe you got, oh, there was like really like 2 seconds when people were acting out. No. Capitol Police were injured. One of them killed themselves because of the trauma of this event. If you want to talk about Ashley Babbitt, like, okay, if this was peaceful and the Capitol Police were letting them in the doors, which you could find some video that sure looks like that, why did she have to go through a broken window? Why did she have to go through a broken window if she could have just gone through a perfectly good door? It doesn't make sense. These people were domestic terrorists. They tried to take over our government, and they tried to do it for Donald Trump. And don't let anyone tell you differently, because they can show any footage you want. We saw footage too. We saw footage of it live. That's what happened. We know it. And I think most of them do too. But that's what I think anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you getting these kinds of lines of BS? I mean, I'm seeing a ton online. Are you getting it from like family? Are you having to explain to them like, no, listen, we watch this? Like, I just want to know. Like, tell me your story about this if you can, because I'm very curious how this is playing out. Luckily, most people that I know are left-leaning. I do have 1 or 2 very conservative people in my family and whatnot, but for the most part, they're kind of they're not the norm for me. So let me know how this is going for you. I'm really curious about it, and stick to your guns. Don't let them tell you otherwise. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. And in the meantime, stay woke, stay vigilant, keep fighting, and remember, if you keep leaning left, you'll always be right.